Mass Peanut, number one. What's going on, sir? What is going on? Let's see this here. It's Monday. Let's see who we get on here today on this fine Monday morning. Been here on YouTube for a couple of weeks now. Haven't done an IG live in a while. Maybe we'll pop over there one of these days. Bolshoi Kush says, don't you worry, child. Heaven's got a plan for you. Little Swedish House Mafia this morning. Good morning, Bolshoi Kush. Got the Monday blues, huh, Mass Peanut? It happens. That's why I like to do legs on Monday. You start the week fresh. Get that hard day out of the way. Nathan, good morning, sir. Melanie, good morning, my lady. Had a good leg workout today. Got back into the pendulum squat after taking a few weeks off with this back problem. Felt very good, actually. Been feeling better and better. I've got this elbow tendonitis issue going on, so now let me get into what I did, guys, with the back situation. There's a number of things that I did. So the subject of today is going to be TB500, adding the TB500 in, but there's a lot that I did. So I want to first say that I spent some time reading around on adding TB500 in. And here's the thing, guys, when it comes to the peptides, there isn't any actual real long-term studies on this stuff. So you've got some rat studies and things like that, and you can do the conversions for how things work in humans, but there just aren't these randomized trials to really lay the blueprint out for how to do this stuff. So what I found was anywhere between 0.25 milligrams a day to 2 milligrams a day of the TB500. Now the 2 milligrams a day being on the high side for 15 days, right? So that's what I decided to do, is the highest that I found, right? That seemed reasonable. So I blew through 30 milligrams of the TB500 in 15 days. Now I was also doing 1 milligram of BPC 157, which I'm going to stay on for a while. So in that time period of doing the 2 milligrams, putting it really right down there in my lower back, close to my spinal, as Tyson would say. I also got a couple of massages, worked on it. The first 2 weeks, man, I was really sleeping with a TENS unit on that thing, and did quite a bit to baby it. And so it took me about 3 weeks, actually, to get back to where I'm feeling at 95% or so, which is nice. Actually, that's pretty fast considering. So I couldn't tell you what it was or if it was a little bit of everything, but I will tell you that was, a little experiment I did putting the TB500 in, and I did get better very fast. So like I said, there was a lot of other things that I'm doing, so I can't say that I know it's from that. Now, that being said, my elbow started bothering me a few weeks ago, and it's actually gotten worse. So we'll see how that goes. Anyway, I thought I would share. I thought you guys might find that interesting. So Bolshoi Kush says, should Ukraine hire Genova as a professional beggar for a commission? So Jason could beg US and Europe more. I mean, he's very convincing, Bolshoi Kush. He's very convincing. Is your travel restricted under your conditions? Yes, it is. I am allowed to ask for travel. I do think I have a very nice probation officer in the sense that he'll try to get me approved for stuff. So if I want to leave the Southern District of Florida, I have to ask for permission. I have to fill out a travel request, and I have to give at least 2 weeks as far as that goes. So, let's say I want to go to, I don't know, Disney World, right? Orlando. That's out of the Southern District of Florida. So I've got to fill out a travel itinerary, let them know exactly what my plans are, this and that. Send it in, and if it gets approved, then I can go. I got that, for the next few years, so. Anyway, good morning. It's Monday, leg day. So like I said, did a little bit more today. Got back under the pendulum squat. Didn't go crazy with the weight. Our pendulum's pretty hard anyway. Have you guys seen those U clips on Instagram? They're pretty neat, actually. We're thinking about maybe getting one for the gym. It's kind of like this conversion thing. You can turn any bar into a landmine with it. Let's see, if I was born in Jewish, Asian, or black family, how you think your life was different from current life, what kind of career that you had. Well, if I was born into a Jewish family, I probably would have went to a very good college. And I'd be working in some sense in finance now. Asian, same thing. I'd probably maybe be a doctor, perhaps. And black, hopefully I'd be playing football somewhere in the NFL. Oh, come on, guys. Don't go that way. But hey, the odds are certainly a lot higher for the black genetics to get in the NFL versus the Asian or Jewish. Are there any Jewish guys in the NFL? It's a good question. Their accountants are all probably Jewish. But what do you think, Bolshoi Kush? Let's see. So anyway, it's Monday. We're on YouTube. It seems to be that YouTube is more popular these days. I have a little bit of a busy week going on. That's okay. Busy is good. Goldberg was the only Jewish in the NFL. Yes, and then he transitioned over into the WWE nicely. The video that I shot with Christopher Luke, the full video is going live today. Back training, guys. So many tips in this video, guys. Don't fast forward around through the video. Treat it as a podcast even if you want. There's so much info in this video. I've done good videos over the years. I've done some not so good videos over the years, but honestly think this was a really outstanding educational video. One of the best I've ever done. I tried to, as I was going through it, think of any questions that may come in and keep firing them out there while also, showing the training intensity. So I think you guys are going to like it. We'll film again on Wednesday. Best time to take BCAAs. So there's no bad time to take BCAAs, but ideally, you would drink them during your workout or cardio. However, there is no bad time to take BCAAs, especially if you're somebody that fasts for a while. If you're fasting and you're training fasted, great to have them in when you're working out. Nathan says, since I've switched to underhand grip on pull downs, my back is getting mega juicy. Yes. The juicier the better. Get it going. New World Muscle, good to see you on here. I wanted to tell you I took your recommendation on Dexter. We're in season 3 now. I told everybody last week. We like Dexter. Absolutely like Dexter. We both can't stand Rita. We wouldn't mind if you killed her, but we don't think it's going to happen now that she's pregnant. But we don't like Rita. This is an anti-Rita household. What else did I do this weekend? Watched a couple movies. What did I watch this weekend? Actually watched a couple good movies this weekend. There's so many hilariously bad Christmas movies on Amazon Prime. Hilarious ones. She got a nice rack in season 3, New World Muscle. You notice season 1 and 2, she was flat as a board. Shout out to all the flat-chested ladies out there. Just work the booty, girlfriend. You can always buy boobies. Yeah, you noticed the upgrade in season 3. She changed her look quite a bit. If there's anyone who's going to notice that, it's this guy. Let's see, what else did I watch? So last week I watched The Substance, loved it. Hilarious ending. If you want a recommendation on a scary movie, Substance was great. What I watched this weekend, Out Come the Wolves on Shudder, which was pretty good. Not a whole lot to it, but pretty good. What else here? Say anything with John Cusack or an Officer and a Gentleman with Richard Gere. Officer and a Gentleman. Overall, I like Richard Gere more than Cusack, although Richard Gere really played one of the biggest simps of all time with Pretty Woman. You can't really get much higher simp status than that. Do I do hyperextensions or it's not worth with your back? So when I was young, hyperextensions, absolutely. In fact, when I was young, I would even do weighted hyperextensions. If you're deadlifting and doing Romanian deadlifts, I don't really know that you need to also do hyperextensions. Also, if I was in contest prep, I usually would, even if I wasn't doing deadlifts in Romanian, I'd throw in the hyperextensions as I got closer to the show. But now, I probably won't do them anytime soon. I actually did, when I got the Nordic Hyper, we did a couple of days do some hyperextensions, but I try to be very, very careful with that area, just because of all the shit that I got going on. It's like when you have a lot of shit going on down there, you try to not introduce the newer stuff that often. To give you an example, everybody was going through this inversion table craze for a little while. And sure, I've read some good things. So I bought an inversion table and I literally got hurt the second day I had it. Went down, my back popped, I couldn't get out of it, it was fucked up. Was too scared to ever use it ever again after that. 20-minute episodes, all kicked ass, sick humor, okay. Again, Mr. In Between, okay. If you'll make millions once again, you will buy tons of clothes from Marissa and make video with music like in Pretty Woman. Maybe Bolshoi Kush. Billy Idol, Eyes Without a Face. Or Whitesnake, Is This Love? Whitesnake. Two good songs again, though. Challenging. Definitely challenging. Nathan says he did hyperextensions for the first time the other day. Just feel like they were fucking my back up. Yeah, something like that is something I urge caution on those. It's an interesting position. Depending on what kind of hyperextension you have, right? So you've got some where you're completely flat. You got some where you're more 45 degrees. I've seen them different in different gyms. So you're locking your hamstrings into that locked in, stretch there, right? And you're relying on those muscles to pull your back up. Now, the back is a strong body part, man. The back, the erectors. Also, you can do that exercise a certain way where your glutes are getting involved quite a bit. But it's just a position that you're not really going to be in a lot in everyday life. So from a functional standpoint, things can go wrong. So you got to really, really be precise with what you do. When you're taking a static exercise, guys, versus functional moves. So when I say functional, right, when you think about what your muscles are actually designed to do in everyday life, they're very dynamic. Versus what you do in the gym with the bench press is very static, right? So when you do a lot of this functional exercises, once you get that rhythm going, they feel very natural. Like walking lunges, for instance. You do that kind of stuff in everyday life. You walk and you step, you walk and step. But it's not so often in everyday life where you're suspended off the ground and you can't move your legs at all and you're relying on your upper body. And so one can absolutely develop a lot of strength this way. There's a lot involved with the core as well. In fact, what I've done at different times over the years with some hyperextensions is do core and hyperextensions at the same time So there's blood locked in that area really tight. I think it's a good idea if you are going to do some hyperextensions to afterwards get some core involvement in and lock that whole area in tight so you're not developing imbalances. It's sort of like when you go to the gym, right? You can go and blast a really, really, really hard quad day and try to really isolate the quads where there's no hamstring involvement, and vice versa. Or you can do them both together. It's a different mindset. So when you do the back, I really like to get core involved as well and really lock that trunk area, if you will, in. I don't think of core as just the abdominal muscles and the obliques and serratus anterior. I think of this whole core to your body. But, back to the question on the hyperextensions, I'd be very nervous to do them now with what I got going on back there because I'm feeling good again. What am I going to do? Peepo Langstrom, what do you mean? Besides walking on here and answering questions. Mark Dog, what's going on? So today is Monday. I got my buddy Ivan coming to work on me later. We're gonna see if we can get this elbow firing the way I want. It's been very annoying. Mark Dog, it says your message is restricted. So check this out, guys. Went to this place called Cherry Smash in Coral Springs for ice cream on Saturday. We took, we went with Marissa's parents, the in-laws, and also little Anthony too. Angelina, too young to have ice cream. But first of all, the place is nuts. They've got so much stuff going on inside this place. It's crazy. But I had this ice cream, this Cookie Monster ice cream that Marissa got that was blue. And crazy thing, the next day, my poops were like glowing blue. Two different poops, glowing blue. I've never had anything like it. I guess that's how strong the food coloring was. What is your training split currently? So, Mondays is quads and hams. I do my whole entire lower body, sans calves on Mondays. Tuesdays, chest. Wednesdays, rest. Cardio only on Wednesday. Thursday, back. Friday, shoulders. Saturday, bis and tris. Now, I do core just about every day. I do at least some core work. I've been doing more than I was because I slacked and I got that fucking hernia, excuse my language. So trying to keep myself really locked in the core. I occasionally will do an exercise for biceps at the end of my chest workout. And I will occasionally get a little bit of extra rear delt focus on back day if I'm doing something like behind the neck pull downs. Let's see, who from Vince's WBF could potentially be in the top 6 Olympian in the 90s? So a lot of people don't even know about the WBF. A lot of the young guys will have no idea about the WBF. So much like when Vince McMahon started the XFL and it failed, he started a bodybuilding league that failed. Now, he had some great ideas, great marketing. It's very hard to compete with the IFBB, especially when guys were told they would get blackballed or blacklisted if they went over. He was offering these guys medical insurance and stuff in the WBF, which was really cool, and it was short-lived. But of the guys in the WBF, personally liked Gary Stridham the best. He had a little bit of height on his side, tremendous delts, very appealing physique. Jim Quinn also had a very appealing physique. Eddie Robinson, shorter guy, great look. David Dirth, in my opinion, was probably, no disrespect to David, the least impressive out of that group. Mike Quinn had some great arms and great chest, shorter guy also. But I personally liked Gary Stridham's look quite a bit. What else we got? Rob Van Dam or Jeff Hardy? I'm going RVD on that one for sure. For sure. What's the Sith Lord been up to? He won't do anything on social media anymore. He still wants the free stuff though. Robert Palmer, Addicted to Love, or Eddie Money, Take Me Home Tonight. Ooh. So as far as videos go, Robert Palmer, better video. Addicted to Love video is classic. But definitely better song, Eddie Money, Take Me Home Tonight. That's a banger forever. That's an instant classic when he put that one out. The tie situation in the States is absurd. Blue poops, Nathan. Bright blue glowing poops. Andres Flores says, Jeremiah's in Coral Springs was my few spot when I lived there. Check it out if you want. Oh, Italian Ice is okay. Yeah, I usually don't go for the sweets. This is Marissa's cup of tea, especially with the pregnancy, but we figured we'd take the kids there. All right, Mark Dog said, did a very small cycle, 50 milligrams of Deca with my TRT. After 4 weeks, started having a lot of headaches. My doctor thinks it's related to hemoglobin rising. It's already quite high just on TRT. How high is it, Mark Dog? Are you doing your dosing in microdose increments? Because if you're sensitive like that, you should absolutely be doing low daily microdosing. It might be annoying, but you can preload them all one day when you're sitting at home bored and insulin needles, tiny little bit, and it will mitigate the side effects that you get from having higher blasts. Do you think a Warriors prequel movie about the baseball fury would be interesting? Those dudes were creepy. I actually do think it would be. I do. Did I ever meet Trish Stratus? Seen her, but did not talk to her. Beautiful in real life. When when my ex-wife was wrestling, it was like AJ Lee and Natalie. Those were the girls that I was around a few times. Get those RVD. Just like Ronnie's saying, that's right. Yeah, I think it's going to take some people a while to get used to their food without the dyes. I noticed Blackstone did some strawberry protein without the food coloring. That was weird for me to see a white strawberry. Ooh, Kyle versus Stan. I'm going to go with Stan. Just because of the family aspect. Either ingested some dye or absorbed some superpowers, but just shit it out. One or the other. Thoughts on UFC Saturday, Cyril Gane win. So Cyril Gane, I thought the judges really had it off on that. I think that he knew that he lost, and I think that's why he was walking out. I think he was shocked. Look, a W is a W, but who wants to get a win that way? And I think that he showed that with the way that he handled it. I wouldn't want to get a win that way. That was a strange fight. I don't see either of those guys being a factor, though, versus Aspinall or Jones. I don't. Look, they both move pretty well for big guys, but they both, in my opinion, don't move as good as Aspinall or Jones, and they neither one of them could put the other one out. Now, Shavkat, very happy with the Shavkat win. I don't like Ian Gary. I actually did like him when he first came on the scene, because I was like, oh, maybe we're going to get another, Irish Conor McGregor, little crazy guy. But after his 5th or 6th win, he became terribly boring to watch fight. Terribly boring. This was the best he ever fought. Really. This was the best Ian Gary ever fought against his best opponent. ever. I was very interested in Shavkat's game plan for that fight, but I was really glad once he went and took him down in the third round. That's what I wanted to see. I wanted to see him just really like drag Gary around the ground. Now, really, Shavkat, I think, is a force to be reckoned with. So I called that he would win. I thought he would submit him. So, you know, I can't hate on Ian Gary for that performance. Now, listen. The main event, woo! After all the hype, and listen, the UFC does this all the time. Love the UFC. And it's no disrespect. You got to sell tickets. It's marketing. They will overhype certain people. Now, that being said, listen, Asakura is a striker, man. He has got great striking. I mean, he hits hard. You can see he was throwing hard. But listen, Pantoja walked through that shit and then choked his ass out. And you could tell, man, that he was business all week in the press conference. He looked angry this week. And I could see that he was like, you know, to hype this kid up more than you hype up me. After all I've done, I've beaten literally everyone. He's beaten everyone in the division. And really, there's no one left for him to even fight. It's crazy. He's beaten all the top guys. And he's made them all not look good. Brandon Moreno, Brandon Royval, all of them. So the only person left for him to fight is Mighty Mouse, who's, you know, out of it now. I'm sure he stays in great shape. It'd be cool as hell to see that fight. So Mart Dog says, I do injections every other day. So you're 190 for the week. You do your injections every day. I personally don't think you need the Deca. I think that extra Deca could have caused some water retention, even at that low dose that affected you negatively. I hold a lot of water on it. So, you know, my advice to you would be, you know, get into, I would start, you know, you can keep doing it every other day, but if you're sensitive like that, what I would say is I would start doing 25 milligrams a day, which is nothing. Nothing. Do those low, keep it steady in your system, get that Deca out of there. But you might be somebody that needs regular phlebotomy. I have a buddy who, even before he was on TRT, he's got issues with his hemoglobin, hematocrit. He gets real high. He has to go every 4 weeks. So you'll get it sorted out. You may just have to use a lower amount. Everyone says a gallon of water. Is a gallon of taking into account protein shakes? No. So listen, this gallon is like an arbitrary thing. So here's the deal. They tell you if you're a regular sedentary person, regardless of age, that you should have 8 glasses of water a day. A glass is 8 ounces, 64 ounces is a half a gallon. So some genius decided that, you know, bodybuilders and fitness people need twice that because of the energy that we're doing and sweating and this and that. But listen, there's so many variables that come into play. Wintertime versus summertime. Climate. Do you live somewhere real humid? Do you live somewhere that's dry as hell? Do people in Alaska, are they going to be sweating as much as people in Florida? So it's really a personal thing. Now, I think that it's agreed a gallon is a good goal to strive by for the day. So your pre-workout, your coffee, your protein shakes, all these other things are fluid also. So you're probably getting a lot more than you realize, right? So I shoot for like about a gallon or so, 3 liters or so of water. But I usually drink 2 of these. I drink my pre-workout, protein shakes, and every time I do that stuff, it's usually 12 to 16 ounces of fluid. So I'm getting quite a bit. Bolshoi Kush says, Mike Wynn said on Noble Radio that he hated Vince for being a control freak. He also tried low carb diet and did 2 hours of cardio for the first time and was fat as hell. You know, Vince tried to drug test those guys because of everything that he was going through with the government. I think the timing of a lot of it was no bueno. Please wave. There you go. I've had people go with BSL products specifically because of the lack of dyes. I like the no dye. I'm not a kid, and yeah, you know, we started doing that more. Or they started doing that more a few years back. There was a shift. It was probably like 2014 or 15 where people started making strong moves towards no dyes. Jason 040 says, I love the USA. Shout out to Germany though, Jason. Carlo Gambino or John Gotti. I was really growing up when the Teflon Don was in the New York Post all the time when I was a kid. I used to read the New York Post. So I'm going Gotti. What was your opinion on Nimrod King? I didn't really have an opinion on Nimrod King, one way or the other. What about you, Badabuko? Norway is the best country. Why is Norway the best country? Tell us. I want to know. Thank you, Dom. Good to see you in here. Weekend was good. I was relaxing yesterday, much needed. Had some great chicken parmesan. Bolshoi Kush said, drowning pool bodies or non-point polo with a name? Bodies is still iconic after all these years. People still go wild for bodies. Remember when that old man sang bodies on one of those talent shows? I don't drink as much Pedialyte as I used to. I do a couple of weird things now. I drink these iodized salts, concentrated salts, blessed by a shaman from Pakistan. I'm not even kidding. So I haven't needed as much since I got on the salts as far as Pedialyte goes, but I usually will have one and advanced care on the weekend because I slack a little bit with my water on the weekend. Have you seen the movie Gotti with Travolta? Trash. Absolute trash, yes. Betabuco says, remember meeting you at Natural Bodies Block Party? That was a cool event. I picked up Hype and Recompact. What year was it, Betabuco? Another movie, Gotti with Armand Asante. I don't know if I saw that one, Bolshoi Kush. Maybe you gave me a good recommendation right there. What were bodybuilders taking before the gym, before pre-workouts was the thing? Very good question. So it was very common, guys, back in the day, for bodybuilders to take ephedrine. Ephedrine was legal. So you would take an ephedrine pill with a caffeine pill. You go at it. This was actually quite common through some of the crazy players in the NFL in the 80s also. Coca-Cola and ephedrine before football games. Get yourself amped up. Get yourself amped up. So very, very common popping those ephedrine pills back in the day. That is a good question though, X-Man P. How is your day going today? My day is going good. Thank you, James. Oh my God, Big Sexy. Holy crap. Man, I haven't seen Big Sexy in years, Bolshoi Kush. I hope he's doing all right. I hope he's doing okay. Haven't heard or seen anything from him in many, many years, actually. 2019, August. Okay, there we go. So, good 5 years ago. You know, I always loved going up there for the block parties. Always had fun going up there. "35 minutes in." I'll keep staying on here for a little while longer today, guys. We got some calories in over the weekend. We'll keep on burning. You ask your questions, I will answer them. Happy to do it. I got quite a few things lined up this week. The Gotti movie was released in 1996. Anthony Quinn and Paulie Peanuts also played in the movie. Michael Frances. I'll have to check it out. Bobby Kush, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. James Oliver says, "My day isn't going too good. I'm out of clean clothes. Got to stay on top of that laundry. Got to stay on top of that laundry." Thoughts on the Jay-Z accusations? I don't think that they're true. But, you know, you never know. I think it's kind of crazy that now this came out 25 years ago. You had to expect a lot of shit like this was going to start happening. I don't know. I mean, look. I also didn't believe all the R. Kelly stuff when it was first going down, so I was wrong about that. But I'm really, actually, to be honest with you, I'm more interested in what's going on with the Hawk 2 girl right now. The Jay-Z stuff, personally, I don't think it's true. I think we'll see what happens when he fights that. But the Hawk 2 thing, it'll be very interesting to see what the government does with this. Because I went to jail for vitamins, right? There were no damages in my crime. There was no one hurt. Nobody was screwed out of money. And they still wanted to make sure that I went to jail. So with Haley Welch, there are $50 million in damages. $50 million of idiot investors investing in her stupid ass coin. That's a lot of damages. The SEC usually goes hard on stuff like that. You've noticed, guys, a lot of these crypto people get hit hard. They also do not like influencers getting behind these coins. They don't like it. So, oh, Melanie, you haven't seen it yet? If you haven't seen that yet, Melanie, scroll around, go to CNN, go to Fox News, go to all the media outlets. It's the top news today. They're going to go after her for industry insider trading, all kinds of stuff. Crypto fraud. Well, Nathan, hi. She is not in a good spot right now. No, no, no. Industry plant, yes. Psyop from Israel, Badabuka. Yeah, go ahead. When we get off of this session, if you guys haven't seen it yet, just go start scrolling around on the different news stations. It's top news everywhere. Now, her argument is that she didn't know, of course, which she doesn't really seem like somebody that knows all too much anyway. But we'll see how much they care about. Google's on my work computer. Nathan High says, I don't get crypto. I bought some Dogcoin back with Muskrat said to invest in may have, well, $100 on fire. Well, Badabuko, I would not want to be in her spot. I actually saw, I was looking at one of the pages covering it, and there were a bunch of people saying she'll be fine because she's white. I actually commented on there, I said, tell that to Martha Stewart. And Martha Stewart, they put her in jail over $45,000. We're talking $50 million. Ephedrine drinks like ABB, Speed Stack, and Redline were the shit. Yes, they were. Yes, they were. I loved Speed Stack. That was my jam. The Redline came a little later on. Duran Duran. It's an ordinary world. Somehow I have to find. Or more than words. I'm going more than words on that one. Have you seen famous Trump's handshake with Macron? I thought I'll rip Frenchie's hand. No, I'll have to look and see that. Maybe I have. I don't know. Maybe I have. Listen, I signed up for the MAGA text service. Oh my God. They text me every day. It's so funny how much stuff they're selling on the MAGA website. All these Christmas shirts, Trump-themed Christmas shirts, wrapping paper, you name it, they're pushing it. I support it. I think it's great. I'm probably going to wind up buying some Big Don Energy, some BDE, just for the sake of saying I had the can. I think it's hilarious. Ultimate Orange and a shot of espresso for pre-workout. Yeah, you know, if you talk to a lot of the old guys, right? Coffee was the go-to, man. You drink a coffee before you go to the gym. Then you started getting guys that were really, really more science-minded, and they started figuring out, you know, pseudoephedrine, ephedrine, these stimulants like that. Now, that also, as we know, causes a lot of capillary restriction. So, but as far as the stimulant aspect of it, you know, those are the OG stimulant blasts. Palumbo told me when he was young, training, you know, early 90s and whatnot, he used to have a triple shot of espresso. That was his thing. We live in the Truman Show. It's a documentary. It's true. Is it best to take vitamin D3 with K2? Yes. I think it's a great idea to make sure it has the K2 with it. You know, for years, the vitamin D3 was typically sold on its own. And now most of them do have the K2 in it. So I think it's a good idea to have that together. The K2, it's been shown to have some benefit for removing cholesterol and plaque from the heart, making sure that calcium gets to your joints. What was your favorite pre-workout back in the early 2000s? Without a doubt, guys, the Jacked. The original Jacked, for me, that was my go-to. I had used it all. I had used 1MR, you know, and back then it was all about what was on sale, you know, making the most out of it. But when I figured out that Jack 3D, man, that was my jam. And leg days, I used to double scoop that shit. And so when it was time to put out my own pre-workout, that's what I did. I tried to really mimic the original Jack. That's why I did it with that lemon flavor. The Firm, 1993 with Tom Cruise, or Primal Fear with Richard Gere? The Firm, definitely. Cause I'm a warrior, yeah, I'm a warrior. No, it's cause I'm a wanderer, cause I'm a wanderer. I go round and round and round. I think Wanderers. That's a tough one also. Badabuco. 45 minutes. I'm getting ready to get up out of here, guys, for this fine Monday. Good, I got on here pretty close to being on time. Happy about it. I've been a little bit late some of these other days. Do I plan to buy a motorbike in the future? No, definitely not. I'm not, I don't feel comfortable being on a motorcycle with A, the way that I like to go fast, even though I'm sure I would be very conservative with it, and B, other drivers, especially now that I'm married and I got a baby on the way, I'll take my risks in other areas. But, respect to the people that have bikes and ride safely, and, as a driver, be careful when those guys are out there. You do something stupid, take one of those guys out. But nope, not for me. Not for me. Splitting lanes and splitting legs, that's right. So, tonight, 6 p.m., live, YouTube. Watch that video, learn. Get a good back workout in on it. Especially if you're healthy and you're training hard and you don't have any restrictions on exercises. I give you the format for success. I also give you options to use if you can't do certain things. Any ideas to name my baby with a typical black name like Gervonta, Devontae, or Jeremiah? Yeah, I've gotten shot down on all of my name choices, like DeBrickashaw. Shot down. No, Nathan, I'm serious. As far as the motorcycles go, it's a lot of the times it's the other people causing the accidents. I've seen it. I've seen it in traffic. I've seen a guy do something where he just, out of nowhere, switched lanes and almost took a motorcycle off the damn road. And I was like, what in the hell was that guy doing? No blinker or nothing. Grip said your whip sounded sick. Oh, I thought it was, I wanted to catch her coming in because she's cute when she drives it, because she likes to go fast with it, which is funny. Thank you. Thank you. It does sound quite good from the outside. All right, guys, I'm going to get up out of here. Good one today, 47 minutes. I appreciate you. Walked off some of that chicken parm and that blue-ass ice cream. What was my relationship with Jeff, the producer, back in the day? He did not like me. He did not like me because he thought that I banged his girlfriend, Sweet Capri, which I did not. I did not. And then once they started having a lot of drama, and I didn't like that he was running his mouth around me, I took a bunch of fake sexy pictures with her just to be a dick, but nothing ever happened at all. He was just very insecure with that stuff, but he did do he did do a lot of good stuff for Dave. He was just honestly very insecure and strange. I literally never went near her for him to cause all that shit with him and her. I was like, whatever, man, but anyway, I wish that he's well these days and doing better. Good morning, Big Daddy. We had a good one today, guys. Like I said, 6 o'clock tonight, man. Check out that back workout that I'm posting on YouTube. It's a good one. I just hit 2,000 hours, so I'm halfway there. Hopefully now that I got this good video series coming every week, I'll start having consistent good content for you guys. All right? And that's it. I love you guys all. Thank you for coming and doing this with me. Thank you for helping me, getting me through this cardio on this Monday. I appreciate it so much. God bless you all. Peace out. Bye.